that your love brings. You live in me, my reverie. Don't ever leave. You live in me, my reverie. Don't ever leave me. Some days it's like a haunting, this cool and empty space, far above and all around me. Oh, when I start to miss your face. Don't ever leave. Don't ever leave. You live in me, my reverie. Don't ever leave. You live in me, my reverie. Don't ever leave me.
Attention, please. Cinder Collie to the nurse's station. Cinder Collie to the nurse's station. Thank you.
Guys! Hi! Oh my god, hold on. Hey, come. Sorry guys, hold on. My dog decided it was time to come into the room. Oh, Jake. Scared. Because it's storming. Are you scared because it's storming? Can you not sit right there though? Can you move? Jake, move! He's sitting on the wheels of my chair. Pet the dog. I pet him. I'll pet him. What better way to start the stream?
I will love you, Cinder.
Dude, Air Arctic Wolf coming with the tier 1 sub for 6 freaking months. Air Arctic Wolf, you're covered under collar care from the cold air to the wolf tail. I got you covered. Dude, enjoy your uber rare sheep. 6 months, damn, half a year. Can you guys believe we've been streaming for like 8 months? I think, roughly. Like, who's got a founder badge? Hold on, Capstone. 8 months. 8 freaking months we've been streaming, guys. It's insane. Anyways, welcome in, Rye Husky. Good to see you. Bendy Warp, Bendy Rap. What's up, Biko, Canis, Taroka, Cerulean, I see you, Rob Mab, Rex Collie, Biko. Did I say Biko twice? I think I might have said Biko twice. Sorry, Biko. You get 2. Everybody gets 2. You get 2. Moose Pontiac, hey. Wolfer, what's up? Angry Cinder, I ain't angry yet. Don't make me angry. But how can anyone be angry when you have delicious coffee, a nice stormy day, and now I have a dog. I have a dog with me now. Good boy, Jake. Bandy! Dude, Bandolito coming in with the tier 1 sub. Hold on. Wait. What did I miss? Bandolito! Oh. Wait. What the hell? Bandy, I'm going to go ahead and say you have 6 months. Congratulations, Bandy. You have 6 months of collie care coverage from the Bandies to the Litos. I got you covered. Even though you're a doctor and you can basically just do it yourself, I still got you covered for something. Bandy, 6 months, dude. Half a freaking year. Half a year. Oza, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. Dude, this dog is legit just hiding under my desk right now. Can I help you? Jacob, why are you scared? It's not even storming out. It's just raining. He's just sitting under my desk. Does collie care cover you for paper cuts? It does not. No. In all honesty, your insurance really shouldn't ever cover you for paper cuts because how bad of a paper cut are you getting that requires medical attention? I mean, like, come on. What are you doing to yourself? Stormy vibes. It is. So, this is, what is it? Hurricane Hurricane Eta. The remnants of it are slicing through Virginia right now, and we're getting just lots of rain. Jacob, can you sit still? It sliced off my entire being. Oh God! Wait, wrong reaction. Oh God! Well, you know, you can always get stitched back together. I don't know how to personally suture, but you can probably find someone who knows how to suture. What if it's a really bad paper cut? No, not one of those really bad ones. You know the ones that you get right in between the webbings of your fingers? You don't even feel it at first. And then you go to put hand sanitizer on. And hand sanitizer is very good at one thing. Finding open cuts. Oh, the pain. Oh. Oh no. Jacob, stop sitting on me. He's like leaning on my foot. Keep it on ice, don't let the dog play with it. But it looked tasty. Let me get that bean. We're making chili tonight. Guys, the last few days of work have been absolute crap. There's so much COVID. Like, we haven't seen this much COVID since, like, I don't even know, like May. It's crazy. At one point on Monday night, 3 of my 4 rooms were COVID patients. Throughout the entire day, more than half the patients that I saw were COVID patients. It's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance because nobody freaking listened. You guys were supposed to isolate, wear masks, not do stuff. But you didn't. At least some of you didn't. But you didn't. Now we're here. Wear, yes, exactly. Wear your goddamn masks. Wear them. Put them over your face. Cover your nose. Nobody wants to see that hanging out. Wear your damn masks. Because the least you can do. But seriously, like, this sucks. It's gonna be a long winter, guys. In Belgium, we have a second lockdown. I think it's only a matter of time until it happens here in the US too. I mean, we have to, right? Like, we are now, we have 5 times as many cases per day. 5 times. Not 5, not 5 more. 5 times as many cases per day now as we did when we went into national lockdown. When we locked down, we were at 25,000 cases a day. We are now at like 125,000 cases a day. 125,000! That's a lot! That is a lot! And we're still not locked down. We're still not locked down. It's insane. Air Hunter Wolf, come in with the 10 bits. Make it Tux dance. Look at that werewolf. I'm werewolf. But if I can't breathe properly, I'm gonna say this. You can breathe with the mask on. I promise you, you can breathe with the mask on. I wear one for 12 hours a day, 3 days a week, walking 8 to 10 miles in the emergency department. You can breathe with a mask on. I have patients who have COPD, asthma, reactive airway disease, all these other respiratory issues. They can breathe with a mask on. And let me tell you this. You think it's hard to breathe with a mask on? Imagine how hard it is to breathe when you're drowning in your own secretions because COVID has ruined your lungs. You can breathe with a mask on. Also, I'm gonna add to this, if at any point in your life you've fursuited and you've spent a considerable amount of time in fursuit, you can wear a mask. You can wear a mask for 20 minutes to go to the grocery store. 20 freaking minutes. I wear mine for 12 hours. What's your excuse? Anyways. Coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Tell him, Cinder, look, it's frustrating. I have that argument at work all the time. Crazy Zakian, Crazy Zakian. With COVID around, how safe is a trip to the dentist? Call your dentist, talk with them. Most dentist practice now, or dentistry practices, whatever you want to call them, most of them have stuff in place to protect them and you. So the biggest worry at the dentist is for the actual staff, right? When you're drilling or cleaning or doing all that stuff in the mouth, you're creating a lot of aerosols, right? Which is what we're worried about with COVID. It travels through aerosols. Talk with your dentist. I actually recently, I went to go see my dentist. They did not see me. They refused to see me because I had a confirmed positive exposure with COVID. They said, you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks and come back. They would not see me. So follow your dentist protocol. Call them, ask them what steps they're taking. They're most likely gonna make you fill out a questionnaire. Be honest and talk with them and see what they can do. It's gonna be relatively safe for you. The concern is it's less safe for the practitioners because they're the ones at risk. Because they're gonna be masked up anyways. You say you wear your fursuit for 12 hours or regular hospital PPE? Regular hospital PPE. The longest I've worn my fursuit for was 8 hours. That was at, when was that? MFF 2018? MFF 2019 maybe? I wore it from like, it was like 7 p.m. because I got in after dinner and I think I got out around like 3 or 4 a.m. I wore it for like 8 hours. It was great. It was fantastic. It was a really fun night. And on Rando Zero, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Welcome in. Is it viable to wear several layers of the masks? I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I can't imagine, like, at a certain point you hit so many additional layers it stops being functional. You really just wear a mask. It doesn't have to, you can wear one mask as long as A, it's either a surgical mask or some kind of viable covering. Okay? None of that, like, that lady who was selling those lace masks. Useless. Make sure you can wear, all you gotta do, wear one mask, wear it above your nose. Nobody wants to see your nasty nose sticking out from above your mask like an old person who forgot to pull their pants up all the way. You don't want to see that. Tuck that shit in. Underneath the nose, or I'm sorry, above the nose, mask above the nose, and it doesn't have a vent. This is not talked about enough. The vented masks, the masks with the vents, you've seen them. They have the N95s with them. They have like cloth ones with them. Do not wear a mask with an outlet vent in it. Do not. It is basically useless to the people around you. That valve is the filter inwards, but when you breathe out, there is no filter. It is not filtered. You might as well just not wear a mask at that point because it's useless. Do not wear a mask with a filter unless it's purposely designed for it. So like, let me give you an example. I'll show you an example. Hold on, because I got to do this at work. And I'll show you why I'm talking about this. I'm Swarden, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock, welcome in. It's in class eating. We're not even in class yet. And if we were, stop eating. What breed of dog are you? I'm a border collie. That. I heard. Sheep. That's why everything's sheep themed. I can maybe do 3 hours of first hitting at a time, total perhaps 9 a day. Haven't really counted. Sometimes you just get lost in soup. Let me see. What was I doing? The P100s. Okay, perfect. So this is kind of this is essentially what I have to wear at work. Although mine have different filters on it, but the mask is the same. So we ran out of small N95 masks. So there's a national shortage on small N95 masks, and I wear a small N95 mask. That's what I'm fitted for. So instead, the hospital decided to buy everybody who wears a small N95 mask a P100 respirator, something like this. Mine has different filters on it, but the housing is the same. But you see this right here? That is an outlet valve, okay? So I breathe in through the filters, and then I breathe out through this one-way valve. In order for this mask to be compliant at the hospital when I wear it, I have to put a surgical mask around this area. So usually what I do is hook them around the filters, and I wear a surgical mask covering this filter, because then that protects the patient from me, right? The mask serves two purposes: protecting yourself from the people around you, but more importantly, protecting the ones around you from your nasty aerosols, your nasty, disgusting respiratory aerosols that you be breathing that nasty air all day. I don't want it. How do you feel about the possible exposure to COVID with someone that picks up garbage? People don't bag their tissues or marks. So, as far as I know, at least from what I've been taught and trained, is that like contact transfer, so fomite transfer, is not its strong suit. It can happen, absolutely, if someone is like coughing and they cough onto a bunch of tissues and they put them in the trash and you touch it barehanded and then you use that bare hand to wipe your nose, you can transfer it, right? That can happen. But that's not the primary way that it moves around. It primarily moves around through respiratory droplets and aerosols. You look like you've had an easy life, smooth skin, hair, facial clothing, fashionable clothing. I think it's time you experience hard times. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I am confusion. I bet you got two nice big ass cheeks. I sure do. I sure do. That's gonna buy you a timeout. I sure do. I work hard to make my ass look this good. You know how much time I spend at the gym? Painters use these because breathing paint is very red. Yes, it is. But they also are not worried about breathing out. So that's the thing. We have to modify it.
I used to follow the
protect other people.
mosquito spray truck around when I was a pupper and huff the fumes. Explains a lot, don't it?
Brewster, please don't do that. Brewster coming out with 100 bits, making Tuck's dance. Look at that werewolf go. Quality werewolf. Why were you sniffing mosquito spray? Did it smell that good? Ew. Your poor lungs. Speaking of the gym, you've been slacking. Get back to it. You got no one to blame but yourself. Do you guys want to learn about the GI system? You guys want to learn about the gastrointestinal tract? The accessory organs? Poop? Do we want to learn? You guys want to learn about what happens when you eat things? We all like food, right? Everybody likes food. We all love food. It's important to know what happens when you eat it. You know, sometimes you just get in there with the little licks. Nyeh, nyeh, and then that food turns into poop. Somehow. We're gonna talk about that. Hey boy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. You're eating now. You better not be eating in class. Guys, I want to grab some more coffee. Hold on a second. Well, actually, I can't go anywhere because Jacob's still kind of hanging out on the... Can I help you, Jake? Look at this. Hey, up here. Jacob. Look at me. Look at me! He never looks at me when I take a picture. Okay, that'll be good enough. He never wants to look at me. Look at this dog. Where Rupert? Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Look at this dog. Look, he's hiding. He's hiding under my desk. Like, why? Why are you down there? He's just hiding in it. It's not even storming that much, and he's just sitting there hiding. Jacob, let me give you some pets. Here. Let me give you pets. Boy. Kind of stupid, but you're a good boy. I sometimes forget that he's actually the smartest breed of dog because he sure as hell doesn't act like it sometimes. Anyways, there's your dog tax. You can't send me to collections now. I paid my dog tax. You guys have seen him now. Have you tried getting under your desk? Shit's comfy. I should try that. Maybe I'll make like a little desk for it at some point. Comfy. Maximum comfy. Probably hears thunder miles off, doggo ears. Yeah, maybe. He only ever acts like this when there's a storm going on, but it's not storming that much. Maybe he's jealous that I'm not talking to him and I'm talking to you guys instead. Real quick, let me try to back out from behind my desk and get a little bit more coffee, and then we'll move on to learning. It's important to learn. I'll be right back. Hold on. Come on, Jake. I don't know what you want. I got up and I forgot my coffee mug. I'm back! You're not too far north of me. You're getting dumped with rain. Cadis, where are you? I'll neither confirm or deny, but I'm curious now. Let me sneak back in here. Oh, gotta get adjusted in the chair. There we go. Gonna reset that. There we go. There we go. All right, let's pop over to the classroom. All right, guys, You know the drill. It's time to sit down. Time to shut up. Put your ass in that chair and pay attention to class. It's time to learn. It's time to be taught. Time to expand your brain. And also, it's time to talk about farts. Because that's what we're learning today. We're learning about the GI tract. Yes, take it down, people. Take it down. Take it down. You better pay attention. Makes fart noise with hands. Vextra sitting in the back of the classroom like this. Vextra, hey, nasty, disgusting, uncouth. Say Shadir, hey, welcome in. What's up? You got a massive question for later? Is your question a fart? Okay. The GI tract. Also, I think it's funny that we are now 8 months into me streaming with like 7 months of those, like 7 months of streams being like teaching and lecturing. And I still to this day use paint and a mouse. And I'm actually kind of gotten to the point now where I almost don't want to get a tablet just for the sake of, you know, just despite getting one. Because I only ever use the mouse and paint. It works great. All right. This lecture is going to be a little bit long. We're going to cover a bunch of stuff. And just like we did with the brain lecture, we're going to go we're going to stay very superficial with the level of education that we go into. There's a lot that goes on with your GI tract that we're not going to talk about because A, I'm not that smart, and B, you don't need to know it unless you wholly intend on specializing in something along that involves all of this. So, the gastrointestinal tract. Let me actually, was that the one picture I didn't have ready to go? I had all these pictures ready to go except for one. That was a picture of the whole gastrointestinal tract. That'll work. There it is in all of its beauty. The gastrointestinal tract is the tube that starts in your mouth and ends with your butthole, also known as your anus. And yes, today, guys, we are going to talk about things like rectum and anus and sphincters, because they are important things to talk about when talking about the digestive tract. So please, please, get your giggles out now. Go ahead, giggle at the word sphincter. Giggle at the word anus. Giggle at the word rectum. And yes, we're going to talk about farts, very briefly. We're also going to talk about poop. So giggle now. Get it all out of your system. Because once we start teaching, I don't want to hear it. Rectum? Hell, it nearly killed him. Prepare your anus. Yes, correct. Prepare your anus. Okay, you guys good? We get them all out? You out of giggles? You giggle free? We ready to learn about the GI tract? We're going to touch on a couple specific areas here. We're going to start up here in the mouth, right? Talk about the mouth, salivary glands, the pharynx. We're going to talk about the esophagus, and then everything in the lower part as well. Stomach, small intestine, large intestines, and then those accessory organs such as the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Talk about all that. The GI tract serves four major purposes. Four major purposes. Ingestion, which is eating or getting mouth, right? Taking in food. We'll just say eating. Digestion, which is breaking down. We break down the food into its nutrients and individual components. Absorption, which is when you transfer those nutrients into the, essentially pull the nutrients into the bloodstream, right? So you absorb those nutrients. Just say pull into blood. User Lax, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. And then last but not least, excretion. Which is when you poop. Those are the 4 primary tasks of the gastrointestinal tract. Ingestion, eating, and taking in food. Digestion, breaking down into nutrients and individual components. Absorption. Everybody do the flop. Okay. Everybody do the flop. Everybody do the flop. Dude, Broster, gifting out 3 tier 1 subs to the community. Broster, what the hell? Thank you. Thank you. Absurdist, Shadow Protogen, Kodai Hyena, you guys are all covered in Collie Camp thanks to Broster. From the flops to the beans, I got you covered. Guys, spam your new emotes. Spam the flops. Cinder 7 flop, Cinder 7 flop, Cinder 7 flop, Cinder 7 flop. Flops. Kenton Stugly Cactus like Grimo, the derp. Absurdist, you guys gifted a sub. Yes, you did. Kodai, hey, what's up? Welcome in. All right, back to it. Broster, thank you. Thank you, Broster. Thank you. 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 Seriously, thank you. Okay. Ingestion, eating. Digestion, breaking down. Absorption, absorbing or taking in those broken down nutrients and individual components. And then excretion, clearing out the waste. Those are the 4 primary tasks of the GI tract. Rio's Gamer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Within... Hold on, where was I going to go with this? I thought I wrote down how long it was. It's so the actual, like, from start to finish, this entire tract is massive. We're talking like 40, 50 feet long. That's just if you pull it out. If you talk about, like, actual surface area of it, it's, I want to say it's the surface area of half a tennis court. Half a badminton. Who the hell? What? Okay, it says, the total area of the human adult gut mucosa, I don't want mucosa, is not in the order of tennis lawn, rather it is, so it's half of a badminton court. I don't know, who measures in badminton courts? Whoever says, hey, how far is your fridge from your couch? Oh, it's 1 badminton court away. Who the hell just knows how long that is? What a weird, like a tennis court, like I think everybody sees enough tennis courts that you can kind of figure out how far that is, right? And obviously, like, you could probably picture like a football field, right? 100 yards. But like, who says, yeah, you know, they threw it the length of 1 badminton court? Who the hell measures in that? Anyways. It's pretty, so the length of it's impressive, but if you were to like smooth it all out, the actual physical surface area of all of that tissue is massive. We're going to talk about why it needs to be massive. Surface area matters. It really does.
See the stars.
Like the doggo who ate 2 pieces of string and passed a big bow. I poop you're not, Broster. Now! Wait, now! No poop jokes. I told you to get all your giggles out at the start. So, we're going to start as food travels. From the top to the bottom. From the flops to the beans. Party, we will party hard. Fantastic! Meowtastic coming with a rate of 2. Meowtastic DJ, welcome in. Thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears. For a wonderful Andrew WK. When it's time to party, we will party hard. America, we measure anything we can find. We measure everything We can make measurements out of everything that's not the metric system. We just use everything but it. Hey, do you maybe want to use? Can we use meters? Can we use meters as a measurement of distance? No. We have to use badminton courts. But we already have the established meter. It's already an established measurement. No. Badminton courts. Damn it, I forgot to get more water when I got up to get my coffee. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made! Mistakes were made! No, my water! It's almost empty! No! Mistakes. Okay. So we're gonna start from the top down, because that's how things move, and because we cover you from the flops to the beam. Start with the oral cavity. And yes, we're gonna say words like oral. Music in the background's a bit loud. Okay. Better? Better? Worse? Let me get my notes up again. The oral cavity. Oral cavity. This includes your teeth, your tongue, your hard palate, the soft palate, your uvula. There's a fun word to say, uvula. That little punching bag in the back. This also includes part of the pharynx, which is kind of its own thing. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is where you eat. This is where you chew. Does anybody know the medical term for chewing? I'm gonna pull up a picture while you guys are doing this. Does anybody know the technical term for chewing? Mastication. Yes. So, if you say that you're an oral masticator, it is not as dirty as it sounds. Mastication, the act of chewing, known as mastication. Shifter, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Gonzalo, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Flobby Flock. Welcome in, guys. So here's your oral cavity. I'm sure you guys have seen this. You guys are very familiar with it. It's your mouth. I hope so. Some of you run it a little too much. Some of you... I didn't have anything else to say after that. Okay. So your tongue. Your tongue is basically a big old muscle, right? You don't really think about it, but your tongue's a big old muscle. And what the job of the tongue's job is not only to taste. Obviously, we all know that tongue is responsible for taste. It is also a giant muscle that moves food around and rolls it around and mashes it together. So not only do you chew with your teeth, but you also kind of chew with your tongue as well. Obviously, your teeth are those little bony things that stick out that you use to crunch food up. The hard palate, which is the part right above your tongue, is essentially this part right here. It's essentially like a bony structure that you can use to mash food against, right? So the entire job of the mouth is to break down and turn food and break it down and turn it into mush, right? Turn into what we call a bolus, and we'll talk about that in a second. So your tongue kind of rolls the food around in here, mashes it up against the hard palate, your teeth get in there and chew it all up, right? Well, your soft palate back here... Oh god, Mastermind!
Speaking of running mouths, Collie is sus tongue.
Mastermind coming with 100 bits, making Tux dance, thanks. Also, I'm not sus. No, not. Thanks for the 100 bits, I appreciate it, thank you. So the hard palate is the front part of the mouth that your tongue kind of mashes things up against. Your soft palate includes the uvula, which is that little thing in the back, that little punching bag thing that you always think about. And what the uvula does is it kind of creates a little bit of a seal or a valve, right? To keep food from passing back until you want it to, okay? So, that's pretty much, that's the oral cavity. Although it's not, because there's one more thing we got to talk about within the oral cavity, and that's your salivary glands. The salivary glands is what makes saliva, that nasty, nasty stuff that people spit at each other. Does anybody know, off the top of their head, what does saliva break down? What component or nutrient does saliva break down? You've probably heard this before. Thanks to the class, Dragon's Bane, you're late! Late! Starch, yes, starches and carbohydrates. Carbs. Carbohydrates start to get broken down in the mouth due to the salivary gland. Question for you. Have you ever eaten anything before and gotten pain in this area right here? Like right at the top of your jaw, kind of near your ear? That's usually your parotid gland, which is one of your salivary glands. Sometimes they can get like inflamed, or sometimes if you eat too much sugary stuff, right, they over secrete, and you can get like a little bit of inflammation in this area in here. And that pain you feel, that burning pain you feel up underneath your jaw near your ear, it's your salivary gland. It's your parotid gland. So you have 3 salivary glands. You have your sublingual, which is underneath your tongue. You have your submandibular, which is underneath your jaw. And then you have your parotid, which is back here near your ear. Isn't that from brain freeze? No, brain freeze, I believe, has to do with vasoconstriction in the top part of your mouth when you have something cold. It constricts some of those little capillaries there and causes interruption of blood flow. I believe that's what it is. Dogs drool a lot? They do. They do drool a lot. So, you have your bolus of food right here. We're going to say, let's make it orange. Your bolus of food comes in here. I don't want to use orange, that's bad. Yellow? No. Burgundy? No. We'll do blue. There, that'll stand out. So your bolus of food comes in here. It gets mushed around by the teeth and the tongue, smashed up against the hard palate. Eventually the soft, and then you get the saliva in there as well. Saliva does other things too. So also, other than starting the digestion and the breaking down of carbohydrates, saliva also works as a lubrication to help food move through the rest of the esophagus, or down the pharynx into the esophagus. So you mush up this food, it passes down here and down past your pharynx. Okay? Okay. Once it does this, becomes known as a bolus. And this word will change again here in a bit. But once it passes from your mouth into your pharynx and into your esophagus, it becomes what's known as the bolus. Little dangly thing that swings in the back of my throat. It's called the uvula. Hands in your coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you were on time. I saw it. I'll mark you on time. Thanks, Dragon's Bane. Also, I'm very easily bought off with coffee. All the VOR files turning in now? No, no, please. I'm trying to teach. We're not talking about that. Okay, so as the food moves down through the mouth into the pharynx and esophagus, it becomes known as a bolus. Oh god, I always spell pharynx wrong. Is it P-H-A-R-Y-N-X? The pharynx. The pharynx is the area between your mouth and your esophagus and trachea. So it's kind of this middle area here. Oh god, that's huge. So here's your pharynx. This includes your epiglottis, your oronaso and laryngopharynx. Okay. Perfect example of where you've probably heard this recently. COVID swabs. When we swab you for COVID, this is what we're swabbing right in here. Called the nasopharynx. We stick a Q-tip in here, all the way back to the nasopharynx. That's how we swab for COVID. We also do oral pharynx as well, which is all the way to the back of the mouth here. We could do both, but this is the area that we're looking for, is the pharynx when we swab for COVID. No, we're not going into your brain. We don't go up this way. There's got a lot of stuff in between your nose and your brain. We go to your nasopharynx. Anyways, the pharynx is this kind of the back throat part of, kind of like the back area of your mouth, right? Probably the most important structure in this is this guy right here, the epiglottis. The epiglottis is, think of it as it's a valve. Think of it as a valve. So in your mouth, you have your trachea, or in your throat rather, you have your trachea and your esophagus right next to each other, right? They kind of like piggyback on each other. So your trachea is your breathing tube, your esophagus is your eating tube, right? The epiglottis' job is to close off the trachea when you swallow. And the point of that is so that you don't choke. So the epiglottis is super important. The only reason I really wanted to talk about the pharynx was that we can mention that the epiglottis is the little valve that covers the airway when you swallow. Very, very important. Also, your hyoid bone right here. Does anybody know what's special about the hyoid bone? It is the only bone in the body that... What do you know? Anybody? I want to say it's the only bone in the body that does not connect to another bone. It is like free floating. If I remember correctly, the hyoid bone is the only bone that does not connect to any other bones. It just floats. Anyways, little interesting fact. The pharynx. So I'm not going to talk much more about the pharynx. Just that know that the epiglottis works as a valve between the trachea and the esophagus. What happens if you have a bad reflex getting swabbed? I threw up before. It's just gag. It happens. It happens. Free floating. I think you're thinking of free falling, Broster. Free falling. Close though. Close. Okay. Moving past the pharynx, but now we have eaten our food. Our little bolus here has moved into the mouth. It has moved down the pharynx and is now going down the esophagus, which is our next stop. Oh my god, I wish I could spell and I wish I could write properly. The esophagus, the esophagus, esophagus. The esophagus is the long tube that connects your mouth and your oral cavity and all that good stuff down into your stomach. Wow, that's not at all what I wanted. It'll work though. Ah, that's such a bad picture. Hold on, I gotta find a new one. That'll work. There. Didn't happen. You didn't see that. Your esophagus. So the esophagus is the long tube that travels from your mouth down to your stomach. Not a whole lot to talk about with the esophagus, other than it's a long tube, and this is where we're introduced to something known as peristalsis, peristaltic movement. So your esophagus, being the long tube of essentially muscle that it is, or tissue with muscle underneath it that it is, helps to move food along. So the bolus comes in through the mouth and down the esophagus all the way till it hits the esophageal sphincter, which is that little closing between the esophagus and the stomach. But this is where we're introduced to what we call peristalsis. So as our bolus moves through the GI tract, this movement, this rhythmic movement is going to become more and more utilized, right? So peristalsis is the movement of the tube of like your esophagus, your small intestines, that helps move the bolus and eventually what we call the chyme along. And what it is the bolus kind of sits in here. Think of like a snake, right? You know how when snakes eat, they kind of like, things kind of like move along in a little bit of a rhythmic motion. So it just kind of pushes it through this way. And then like, say this was like, you know, a second later, and it pushes it through, and it does this rhythmic kind of contractions to move the bolus down the esophagus into the stomach. Okay, it's just, I'm not going to go too much more into it, but just know that that's how things move. You have this tissue, the esophageal tissue, and eventually all the rest of the digestive tissue as layers of muscle and nerve endings underneath it that are responsible for this rhythmic motion. Okay. They don't just call it a glob of food. No, it's called a bolus, and then eventually becomes known as chyme. We'll talk about chyme in a second. Shy Bud, hey! Welcome in. I hope you're ready to learn about poop. Ah, yes, the esophagus. That's what mummies are very... No, that's the sarcophagus. The esophagus is the tube in your mouth. The sarcophagus is what people are buried in. That's what mummies are buried in. Bextra, that's okay. Common misconception, common mistake. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. It's how we can swallow upside down. Yes. So, yes, it helps keep things moving along. I recommend that you don't swallow upside down because you can choke. So please don't do that. Anyways, not much to talk about here with the esophagus other than I wanted to introduce the idea of peristaltic movement or peristalsis, and also just want to talk about this, what we call the lower esophageal sphincter. Who's ever had heartburn before, acid reflux, also known as GERD, gastric esophageal reflux disease? Sometimes what can happen with GERD is you can have a weakening of this esophageal sphincter where some of the stomach acids start to actually come up into the esophagus. Interesting thing we can do. I used to work with a surgeon who did this surgery. This is super cool. You guys ready for this? Who's ever heard of a Nissen funduplication? Has anybody heard this surgery before? It's called a Nissen funduplication. Anybody? Nissen. What we can do, I used to work with a thoracic surgeon who did this. Oh my God, that's huge! Hold on. Give me a smaller one, please. Smaller, smaller. Okay, that should work. I don't know who Dr. Nissen was or why it's called a funduplication, but a Nissen funduplication is one we can take for patients who have really, really bad GERD or reflux. We can take the top part of the heart, or the heart, sorry. No, it's not the heart, not the heart, the stomach. We can take the top part of the stomach and wrap it around this sphincter here. Oops. And wrap it around this area here. Give me that. And essentially tighten it up. We can tighten that sphincter up to prevent reflux. So you can see how they take the stomach and kind of wrap it around this area here to fix that reflux, to kind of tighten up that sphincter. It's called a Nissen funduplication. It is also apparently a pretty rough recovery because I've seen a lot of people get them done before. But anyways, something to mention. If you have acid reflux or GERD or gastroesophageal reflux disease, gastric esophageal, whatever you call it, it's most likely it's this lower esophageal sphincter sometimes becomes an issue. Anyways, let's move on to the stomach. Because I'm a dog, and the best way to a dog's heart is through his stomach. Speaking of, because, hey, excuse me. First of all, I burped. Excuse me. Secondly, do you guys remember the technical term for burping? Who remembers? Who learned? Mouth fart. It's not a mouth. No, it's not what it's called. The stomach. I guess that's why it's called a funduplication. That's right, because the top part of the stomach's called the fundus. Makes sense. Ah, the stomach. Everybody's favorite organ that we love to fill with food and then feel like crap afterwards, right? Anybody else? You guys all know that feeling like you had just finished your massive burrito bowl from Chipotle. You go to lay on the couch. 20 minutes later, you just ugh, that bloating. Just why did I eat so much? Why did I eat so much food? Oh God, I'm so bloated. It's your stomach. Your stomach has four sections. The cardia, which is the entry to the stomach, which is where the esophageal sphincter is. The fundus, which is the top part of the stomach. The body, which is the main part of the stomach. And then I guess you have technically the antrum, but I was just told this is all just called the pylorus. I guess the pyloric antrum or pyloric sphincter. I've just always called this area the pylorus. Anyways, those are the four major parts of your stomach. Does anybody know what gastric juices are made out of? So the stomach's main idea, hold on, before we move on. So if, I like to break it down this way. So this part of your esophageal tract here, your gastrointestinal tract, think of it primarily for ingestion, okay? Yes, some digestion happens here as well, but primarily this part of the GI tract is responsible for ingestion, taking in food, right? Eating and bringing in food to the body, right? That is what the top part of the GI tract is responsible for. As we start to move down, we then start to get to digestion and then absorption and then excretion. So with the esophagus, the pharynx, and the oral cavity are all responsible for ingestion, digestion starts here at the stomach. The stomach is basically this massive pouch that collects the food bolus that has now landed in the stomach via the esophagus, and it lands in a bath of gastric juices. This is not something that you would buy over the counter. I do not recommend that you drink gastric juice. It probably tastes pretty terrible, and honestly, their marketing needs to get a little bit better. Gastric juices are made up of a couple things. Hydrochloric acid, stomach acid. Nuo got it right. Who else? Did anybody else get it? Sulfuric acid, close. Hydrochloric acid, which is something I like the feeling of too much food, which is something I tried to look up, wonder why, how much food an average person can hold in their stomach. I actually don't know that. I guess it's dependent on your body. But also, Rizzo, I feel like I knew that about that you like food. I feel like I knew that. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is responsible for essentially killing off pathogens. It's just acid. So anything that's on the food that really shouldn't be, any pathogens or bacteria and whatnot, should be killed by the hydrochloric acid. It also starts to break down some stuff. You also have an enzyme known as pepsin. And what pepsin does is it's an enzyme that helps chop up proteins. Let me write that again. So hydrochloric acid kills off pathogens. We'll put that in there. Interesting side note, hydrochloric acid is not only good for killing pathogens, but it's also very good for killing protogens too. I'm just kidding, please don't be mad at me if you're a protogen. I'm just kidding. But also, I know your secrets. Wow! Wow! Shatter, I'm sorry, it was a joke, Shatter, I'm sorry. So, hydrochloric acid helps kill pathogens. Pepsin helps break down proteins. Or I'll say chop up. You also have in here some mucus, which the mucus helps protect the stomach lining. So I'm not going to go too much into the actual like physiology and the way that the stomach works. Essentially, you have like these little cavities and whatnot where acid and mucus and all this stuff gets secreted from, and that's how things get broken down. The mucus is there to help kind of line the stomach, to help protect it from the hydrochloric acid. But I'm not going to go too much more into that. There's also water in here as well. And what happens is when all this mixes up in here, right? So our food bolus, our food comes in, right? It mixes up with all this junk in here, and it ends up leaving as what we know as chyme. I want to say it was C-H-Y-M-E. Wrote it down. Yes. So our bolus has now transitioned from being a bolus into chyme. A chyme is a mixture of all of this, plus the food that we've eaten and everything that's been broken down within it. So it turns into this nasty mixture of just grossness. Okay? The chyme, after having sat in the stomach and the stomach does its thing, then moves through what we call the pyloric sphincter, which is right here, which is what connects your stomach to your small intestines. Let's talk about the small intestines. Does anybody know how long your small intestines is if you were to take your small intestines out and stretch it from one end to another? I can tell you this one's an actual measurement of distance and not just badminton courts. 20 feet close. 35 feet. Roughly about 35 feet. If you were to take your small intestines and stretch it out from one end to the other, it takes up about 35 feet. Small intestines is made up of 3 different sections. You have the duodenum, you have the jejunum, and you have the ileum. And let me tell you, it was actually kind of hard to find a picture of just the small intestines without all the other accessory organs. So this took a while to find, but here it is. So your duodenum is the first part of your small intestines, and the duodenum is where the chyme now enters in through the stomach. Our chyme has entered in through here, okay? It moves through the duodenum. While in the duodenum, it is going to meet up with a bunch of other juices from some of the accessory organs that we're going to talk about in a second. It moves then through the duodenum into the jejunum and down into the ileum. The purpose of the small intestines is absorption. So, ingestion we have. Digestion we have done and we are still actively doing. But now we're going to move into absorption. Okay? So the small intestines, the reason why it's so long and the reason why it is made the way it is to aid in absorption. So we're going to go into a little bit. I'm going to try to explain this as best I can. So if you were to take a cross section of the tissue here in the small intestines, it would look something like this. Right? You have what we call these little I think they're like villi or villi. How do I forgot how I put it down. Villi, V-I-L-L-I. You have these little finger-like projections that shoot out all along the wall of the small intestines. But even here on these surfaces here, if you were to zoom in, you would see more of this. You have little microvilli as well. The idea here is we're trying to make as much surface area in as little space as possible. The more surface area that you have, the more you can absorb and move through membranes, right? So the small intestines is very long and it's very folded in on itself to create as much surface area as possible to aid with absorbing extra nutrients or as many nutrients as we can. And that's essentially the whole job of the small intestines, is to absorb nutrients. It doesn't really do much else other than we remember the idea of peristaltic movement and peristalsis. That'll come in handy here as well because it'll start moving all of this stuff through this massive twisting, turning pile of guts. Okay, so ingestion starts at the mouth, travels through the esophagus into the stomach where digestion starts. The bolus turns from a bolus into chyme and moves through the stomach into the small intestines where absorption starts. Now, absorption in the small intestines is not entirely possible without the help of a few extra organs. I am not going to talk about the liver that much because the liver has a lot of functions. I'm going to talk about the liver in the sense of how it relates to the GI tract, because the liver it kind of works across multiple body systems. The liver is massive. If you've ever seen a liver before, it is absolutely massive. And what the liver does is the liver creates bile, at least in the sense of for digestion, it creates bile.
Isn't the duodenum above the small intestine?
The duodenum is part of the small intestine. The duodenum is part of the small intestine. So this is the first part. Also, I've heard people call it duodenum. I like duodenum. I think duodenum sounds sexier. But it is the first part of the small intestines. I guess you could kind of say it's above it, because if you look here, it kind of like rests above the other two parts. But it is technically part of the small intestines. Also, buddy, thanks for the 100 base. Thanks for making text dance. Quality werewolf. So your liver, which is this massive meaty organ that sits kind of around your stomach, is actually covered by a few of the ribs, creates bile. Does anybody know what bile does? What does it do to food? What does it break down? Does anybody know what bile breaks down? If you have a poor diet, like a lot of people do, you might know what it breaks down. Fat. Yes, it emulsifies fat. It breaks down fat. It makes it easier for our body to absorb fat. So, when you eat a fatty food, your stomach senses what's in there, and it triggers your liver to create bile. Does anybody know what the gallbladder does? If the liver creates bile, what do you guys think the gallbladder does? We already know what bladder does. We know what the bladder does. It stores. But what does the gallbladder do? It stores bile. Correct. Correct. Oh my god, you guys are so freaking smart. Yes! It stores bile. The gallbladder stores bile, but it doesn't only store bile. It also concentrates bile. So it stores it, but it also concentrates it and makes it stronger. It also does produce gallstones. You are correct. Gallstones, if you have bile, too much bile, or bile that sits in there for too long, eventually parts of the bile will start to precipitate out and form gallstones, which are incredibly painful, what we call cholelithosis. And then eventually, if it gets bad enough, or you have cholecystitis, which is gallbladder inflammation of the gallbladder, you can get a cholecystectomy, which is when they remove your gallbladder. Probably one of the most common surgeries we do, cholecystectomies. A lot of people come in with cholecystitis. It represents, people come in with it, and they have a burning sensation right up underneath that right rib. It's so common. People say, yeah, I have this burning sensation right here, and they point like right at the lower right rib, and they say it gets worse with eating. My first thinking is you probably have gallbladder inflammation. You probably have cholecystitis. So the liver stores bile, or creates bile, and the gallbladder stores and concentrates it. What happens then is that bile then travels down here and into the duodenum to meet up with the chyme that has just moved from the stomach. And that bile helps break down fat. It helps emulsify that fat that is in the chyme. Remember, chyme is that mixture of stomach juices and gastric juices and digested and broken down food. Do they let you keep the gallbladder when they remove it? Unfortunately, no. They don't. It's medical waste. It has to be disposed of properly. Say that three times fast. What? Cholecystitis. They don't break down fat as well after the cholecystectomy. I actually don't know. I would imagine they don't. I don't know how it changes. You would imagine it would change their poops, right? Because if you can't break down fat, it changes and you don't digest fat, and then it comes out as like that greasy, nasty poop, right? That's what happens when you have a really high fatty diet. Also, high fatty diets stress this system out, by the way. So if you eat a lot of fat, this gets stressed out, and then you're more likely to get inflammation. And when you get inflammation, so typically your patients who come in with cholecystitis, a little bit on the heavier side, maybe not the best diet. They got floating poops out. Does it make their poop float? Does it make it float? What is a human? It is a living organism made up of trillions and trillions of cells that all have their own individual function that will make us what we are. Hold on a second. I gotta take my hoodie off. I'm hot. I'm hot. Talking about the GI tract has got me hot and bothered. I had to take my sweatshirt off. It's getting warm in this room. Oh. Thought you had on fur, not a hoodie. Rosillo, I have a bandana. Don't you? It's right here. Don't you see it? Look at it. See? And nobody's made me take it off yet. Okay. Where was I? Accessory organs. So small intestines, the gallbladder, and the liver. Anybody else? Does anybody know what the next one we're going to talk about is? There's another organ here that we're going to talk about talk about briefly. And I'm not drawing it this time. I'm not getting myself in trouble again. The pancreas. Yes. Does anybody remember what the pancreas does? Remember the lectures we've talked about in the past when we talked about the pancreas. What does the pancreas do? Oh, let me do this. It creates insulin. Yes, 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 yes. You guys are freaking learning. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. The pancreas makes insulin. But it also does a few other things. Why does my character look angry? I'm not angry. I'm determined. Now I'm angry. Now I'm determined. Angry. Determined. Angry. Determined. And glucagon. Wait, let's not. Don't get too crazy. We're staying with the basics. Staying with the basics. Forget if pancreas has an E at the end. It does not. Pancreas! There it is. Oh my god, it's so big. You guys remember when I tried to draw an anatomically correct pancreas and I accidentally drew a penis? Now you know why. Because that's what the pancreas looks like. It looks like a penis. The pancreas, along with the liver and the gallbladder, excretes some extra juices that end up in the small intestines to help with absorption and digestion. Hold on. What was I gonna say? Okay. There's a couple things that it secretes enzymes, digestive enzymes, right? There's 3 of them primarily that we're going to talk about, that we're going to touch on. There's pancreatic lipase, which is responsible for breaking down triglycerides, which is like fat. I remember from my some weird triglycerides. What are triglycerides? I forget. I don't know. Pancreatic amylase, which is what helps break down carbs. And then protease, which helps break down proteins. These are all secreted by the pancreas, and then essentially they eventually meet here in the common bile duct and get secreted into the duodenum. Okay? So you have your chyme of food moving through the small intestines. All of these extra juices get added here, and now it moves through the small intestines to be absorbed. Is it product of sugar? I guess. I don't even remember. Okay? So, digestion and absorption all happening in the small intestines. Small intestines then, after its 35-foot travel through your body. Oops. Eventually finds its way to the large intestines. Also known as the colon. If you've ever had a colonoscopy before, oscopy is usually referring to some kind of camera. Colonoscopy, colon camera. They stick a camera up your butt all the way down here and all the way back to there. Your colon. Colon, or large intestines, it's about 5 feet long. It's comprised of, I think, 5 or 6 different parts. You have the cecum here, which is where the chyme moves from the small intestines through the ileocecal valve and into the cecum, which is the entry of the large intestines. When it enters into the cecum, it is met by trillions and trillions and trillions of microbacteria, known as the gut microbiome. We are still studying this. To this day, we are still studying this. We know a couple things. We know that these bacteria inside your gut release gases. CO2, methane, and usually some kind of like sulfur type gas. And when sometimes you're sitting in class, minding your own business, when suddenly some of that gas finds its way out. And you fart. That's why your farts smell so damn bad. It's because of these two right here. So when you fart, just remember that that fart is because of all the gases that those microbiome, that those bacteria are releasing inside your colon. So the next time you're sitting at home and you let one rip, take a second to thank the bacteria in your gut that not only keep you alive, but give you the ability to gas out a whole room whenever you want. How you fart, people. It's farting. Okay, so the chyme moves from the small intestines into the large intestines. It travels into the cecum, up the ascending colon, this is the right side of your body over here, through the transverse colon, down the descending colon, through the sigmoid colon, and eventually to the rectum and out the anus. That is how the passage of food works. Now, this little guy right here, this little ticking time bomb of an organ, of an appendage, the appendix. When people come in with right lower quadrant pain in their abdomen, our first thought is typically the appendix, appendicitis, inflammation of the appendix. As far as we know, this is what I was taught with the appendix. I don't know how, I don't know if we know 100% what its function is. I was taught that the appendix is like think of it as like a bacterial repository. It is like a library of bacteria. So that if one of the many strands of bacteria within your gut, within your large intestines or your colon, dies out, you have a couple extras living in here that can then repopulate, right? Think of it as like a little storage area for bacteria, which is why it can get infected, which is why it can get inflamed, which is why it can burst, make you go septic and kill you. This little nub, right? I haven't really been told anything else that for why it is the way it is. I've heard people say it used to be used to collect like stones and twigs when our diets weren't so refined, but I don't really believe that. Because what good does that do if you collect a bunch of stones inside of your appendix? You're not getting them out anyways. So I'm inclined to believe that what I was taught, which is that it's a gut repository, is what I'm going to continue to say it is until I'm taught otherwise or given new information. So, if the small intestines is responsible for absorbing nutrients, the large intestines absorbs water. Also, real quick, I want to say one more thing about the pancreas. The pancreas does one other thing. When it empties into the duodenum here, it also puts in some water and some bicarbonate to try to neutralize the acidity of the chyme. So when the chyme comes into the duodenum, it still has a bit of that hydrochloric acid, and it's very acidic. So your pancreas lets go of, or releases some bicarbonate to help try to neutralize that acidity. Anyways, I forgot to mention that. So your colon is responsible for absorbing water. It's also responsible for pooping. So as the chyme now moves into the large intestine, it works its way through and eventually becomes poop, which then through peristalsis moves out the anus, and then you poop, and that's it. That is the journey of the food through the body. Journey of food through the body. Basically a giant tube that has that. You're connected from the mouth to your butt. It's all one open tube. My cousin had to have his removed. It was on the point of bursting his appendix. Very common. Appendectomies. Very common. We can do it's like bread and butter for a surgeon now. They do them all the time. So let's recap real quick. The GI tract has 4 main functions. It is responsible for ingestion, taking food in, digestion, breaking food down, absorption, breaking those or taking those nutrients into the body, and then excretion, which is removing waste. Ingestion starts at the oral cavity, which is comprised of your teeth, your tongue, hard palate, soft palate, uvula, and also your salivary glands, where some digestion starts, as starches and carbs start to get broken down by salivary amylase, is what it's called. The food then moves from your oral cavity past your pharynx, past the epiglottis, keeping it from going into the trachea, through your esophagus, which connects your upper oral cavity and pharynx, down to your stomach, entering through the lower esophageal sphincter through a motion what we call peristalsis, which is a rhythmic movement of the tube, of the muscles to move things along, and empties into your stomach. In your stomach, it is met by a mixture of gastric juices. Things such as hydrochloric acid, which kills off pathogens, pepsin, which helps chop up proteins, mucus that helps protect the stomach, and water. Digestion begins down here at the stomach. This sounds like music from what do you call it? Satisfactory. Digestion down in the stomach. Everything kind of gets mixed up. The bolus then turns into what we call chyme, which is a mixture of gastric juices and digested food, and enters the duodenum of the small intestines through what we call the pyloric sphincter. The small intestines, which runs about 35 feet long and is made up of these villi, which are also comprised of microvilli, has an incredible amount of surface area to help aid in absorption. The chyme moves into the small intestines through the duodenum, into the jejunum, and then eventually the ileum into the large intestines, where nutrients and broken down products are absorbed. Juice! You got the juice! Juice Up's coming with the tier 1 sub for 6 freaking months! Juice, you're covered under collie care, from the pressing ya to the juice! I got you covered! Pressing ya, ba-da-ba-da. Guys, if you have Juice Up Hypers, spam Juice Up Hypers. Spam Juice Up Hypers. Like the best emote on Twitch, easily. Okay. Juice, always happy to have you. So the chyme moves into the small intestines, the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum, where all of the broken down and digested food starts to get absorbed into the body. Okay. This absorption and digestion is aided by the accessory organs, the liver and the gallbladder. The liver produces bile, the gallbladder stores and concentrates it. The pancreas releases pancreatic lipase, pancreatic amylase, and protease to help break down triglycerides, carbs, and proteins. These gastric juices all mix in duodenum, where it is then pushed through the rest of the small intestines. The pancreas is also responsible for releasing some bicarbonate in there as well to help neutralize the acidity of the chyme from the stomach. The chyme then moves through the small intestines, eventually reaching its end at the ileocecal valve and emptying into the large intestines, which is responsible for absorbing water and then excreting poop or feces. The cecum is the first part of the large intestines, where when the chyme hits that, it is met by a massive colony of gut microbiome and biology, or bacteria rather, within the colon that helps. We really don't know what it does, but we know it does something. And we definitely know that it releases gas, which comes out as farts. Just like that. The food then moves through the colon. While the colon does its job of absorbing water, the kind of bolus and chyme now becomes more solidified and turns into feces, and then eventually reaches its end at the rectum and excreted through your anus. And that, ladies and gentlemen, how you eat food. I hope you're hungry. And I hope the next time you eat, you'll at least have a little bit of an understanding of what is going to happen with that food after you eat it. Did I just dead stare at you in the face and fart? I sure did, and I'll do it again. Oh, that was a squeaker. Any questions? Questions? Cat Weasel came in at the ass end of the lecture. No puns! No puns! Even good. That was pretty good. I'll give you that. That one was pretty good. I'll give you that. Okay, that was good. Why do beans give more gas? I don't know. I don't know. Don't have an answer to that one. Sounds like a Google search to me. Sum up today's lesson. Shit doesn't just happen.
Thanks for classes, Cinderhug.
Virgo36 coming with the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Dude, enjoy your uncommon sheep color. Thanks for coming by and thanks for learning today. I appreciate when you guys come by. You guys like learning. It's great. I love it. Learn. Virgo, you're coming under collar care from the floss and the beans. Got you covered. I thought it was because they have a lot of protein. Maybe. Oh. No puns during a pandemic? No! Shatter! Shatter Protogen, don't make me get the hydrochloric acid. I know! I know what it does. So is this the part where we start eating to show how all this stuff had action? I mean, if you have food to eat, eat it. I want food. I gotta figure out what I want to do for dinner tonight. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. Do you guys have any questions? Questions, concerns, comments, grievances, last will and testaments? I don't know if this is off topic or too much of a tangent, but what causes reverse peristalsis and is it treatable? I have no idea. Zero idea. I know there is something you can get called, here, let me switch back over to the classroom. Has anybody ever heard of intraception? I believe it is. Intussusception. Intussusception is the name of it. Intussusception. There is something what's known as intussusception that can happen, where like your bowels kind of like they like telescope in almost. This can be an issue, right? Where like it kind of like telescopes in. It can happen. I don't really. So then you kind of get these like little pockets in here that can get inflamed and infected, right? I want to say it happens with kids usually. I don't know, something. Oh my god, that look. Oh my god, it looks like a penis. That looks like a penis. We're getting rid of that. Oops. Look, every time we talk about the GI tract, I end up drawing a penis. Diverticulosis. No, diverticulosis is when you get little pockets in the large intestines that turn into what we call diverticuli, that can get infected and become diverticulitis. And those can eventually rupture, and then you go septic. Going to jail for Cinder? No, please. It was an accident. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Please, I don't want to go back to Twitch jail. I had to do so many things in there. You have no idea what I had to do to survive. How much % of food do we absorb? Oh, I have no idea. Zero idea on that. No clue. Sorry. Can't help you. Sorry. Lots of vein palpating. I do like palpating veins. Yes. If we ever hang out in person, if you ever meet me in person, there is a good possibility that I'll probably poke somewhere on your arm and say, ooh, yeah, that's a good vein. I could probably put a big needle in that. And I don't mean it in a creepy way. It's more of like a professional courtesy, like appreciation way. Like, man, I've talked with my friends before about how big of an IV I could put in them. And sometimes they're a little freaked out by it, but it's a compliment. The bigger the IV I can put inside of your vein, the better your veins are. So if I say, yeah, I'll probably put like a 16 gauge in that, probably that's a good sign. That means you got good veins. Is peptin related to Pepto-Bismol? I don't know. I do know that Pepto-Bismol has is essentially like aspirin. It's also if you've ever seen bismuth. Bismuth is a pretty neat little like stone crystal, I guess you'd call it. you guys have ever seen what bismuth looks like, it's super, super neat. But yeah, Pepto-Bismol is like, it's basically like aspirin. I think it's got acetyl, is it salicylic acid? Salicin? Pepto-Bismol. Pretty sure it. Salicylates. It contains salicylase, also found in aspirin. Yeah, so it's similar. People, you can OD on, you can overdose on Pepto-Bismol, by the way. It'd be disgusting, but you can do it. Also, it translates to, wow, when you are having a medical emergency, we won't be wasting any time. Yes, exactly. Think of it as a compliment. It means that if you come in with a medical emergency, we're going to have no trouble getting an IV started on you, which means that your care is going to get delivered much quicker. You actually have a bivula. One main one and a smaller one attached to a string. Wait, what is that? What is the one? Bivula? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. A double uvula. Really? Huh. I didn't know that was a thing. Did not know that was a thing. Neutralizes the acid like calcium and antacids, which actually sometimes if you take enough antacids, eventually you get like rebound. Heartburn if you take too many of them because your body tries to compensate for it and you end up making more. You really shouldn't be taking like calcium like Tums. You shouldn't be taking those regularly. Only when you really need it. Because if you take them like all the time, like the people who take them maybe after every meal, they're just making the situation worse. Fun fact, when you drink Pepto-Bismol, you're drinking metal. Yes, yeah, let me see. I'll pull up some bismuth. Have you guys ever seen what bismuth looks like? It looks really neat. This is bismuth. It's like it makes this like really pretty looking crystal. I've held some before. It looks really cool. It does like all this crazy stuff. This is what they make Pepto-Bismol out of. Part of it. I think if you get enough Pepto-Bismol and you can refine it down, you can actually make bismuth. It's super pretty. I mean, look at that. That's so cool. I love it. It's so cool. So neat. Also, guys, I got a response from Twitch regarding my partner application. And as you can tell, I don't have a check mark next to my name, which means that we didn't get it. But it's okay, because the reason that they gave me was that I wasn't streaming enough. They said I didn't stream on enough days. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I want to stream on more days. I might try to, but honestly, some days I don't feel like streaming. And if I don't feel like streaming, I feel like it's disingenuous for me to do so. Because I feel like what I put out, like when if I hold on a second. Yeah, please don't come into my chat and advertise other streams, please. That's like incredibly rude. Incredibly rude. I feel like if I'm not in the mood to stream, that whatever stream I put out is going to be half-assed. It's not going to be genuine. It's going to be forced. And I feel like when I have to force content, it's not that great. And so I don't know if we're going to get partner. Maybe. I might try streaming a bunch. I might try streaming like 2 or 3 days a week. Because I usually do like 2. Pretty consistently doing like 2 days a week. I might try to do that third stream a week, but we'll see. And I mean, if I get partner, I do. If I don't, I don't. It doesn't really impact me one way or another. The only benefit that I want from being a partner is more emotes, right? I have ideas for more emotes, and we still have the older emotes that I cycled out when I got the ones from BuffPup that I would love to add in so everybody has them. But really, that's all I want is the emotes. If they could make a system where like you don't become partner, but you just get more emote slots, I would probably never care for partner, in all honesty. The only reason I want partner is for the emote slots. But we will try. I will submit in 2 to 3 weeks. I will submit my application again. We'll try it again and we'll see how it goes. And maybe I'll stream more between now and then. Maybe I won't. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to force myself to stream when I don't want to. because this is not this is a hobby, not a full-time job for me. So we need more colleagues in my lives. You will get collie when I decide you do. You understand?
Woohoo! Shazbot!
Pizza Killer, thanks for the host. Jazzbot. Oh wait, huh? Pizza Killer came with the follow. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Pizza Killer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. Jason Quiver, thanks for the host. Ah. Sorry, I got a little confused. I read it wrong. Is that a marker on your desk? No. Maybe. Yes. It is. And it whispers things to me. It whispers in my ear, says, make us whole. Kill everybody. Necromorphs. Horrible dismemberment. Oh. Such pleasurable noises. Ninx. Okay, fine. You ready, Ninx? Happy? Degrading me to whining? Is that a bad dragon? No, it's the marker. Do not stick that up your butt. Please, 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 please. On the list of things that really should not be stuck up your butt, the marker is like top of the freaking list. Shazbot, old Mork and Mindy utterance.
Shazbot!
So I do know, I remember when I played Tribes, I looked up where that came from. I've never heard of Mork and Mindy before that. I still don't know much about it, but I know it from Tribes Ascend when I used to play Tribes. Moose Pontiac, thanks for the host. The Dragon's Bane, god damn it! No! Let me out, please. I want to go outside, please. There. Guys, real quick, bio break. I need to go refill my water, and I need to go to the bathroom. And then we're gonna play some Antichamber. I want to try to finish Antichamber today. I know I said last time that we were gonna finish Antichamber, but now, for reals, maybe, finally, once and for all, possibly, there's a chance we might beat Antichamber. Maybe. But definitely for sure. Possibly. But it's going to happen today. Maybe. It might not. But it will. Maybe happen. I don't know. We're going to try to beat it. Right back. Hold on. Guys, watch the flock. Please, 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 please. Don't let any of them get away. Please, please. I'm begging you. Don't let them get away. Keep an eye on them, okay? I'll be right back. be missing. I better not be missing any sheep. Oh, so help me God if I'm missing some sheep. For God, it's gonna be hell to pay. Hold on, a hot dog. Wait, share, please. Please share that hot dog, please. Let me get resituated here. Ugh. Okay, back. Where did my sheep go? Who stole them? I counted. I knew how many there were. I know.
Make sure your coffee is hot. You will be cold soon. Time to play Strip the Collie.
Brewster, please, no. Brewster, please, no. No. It's so cold. It's so cold, please. My bandana, please. Brewster coming out with 100 bits making tuck stands. Please don't take my bandana. Please, I'm begging you. Please. I think I counted 100 sheep. There's probably more because they're moving. Yeah, you try keeping track of all of them.
Okay, next time.
Broster, I was kidding. You can do whatever you want with your points. Broster coming with another 100 bits. You can do whatever you want. I can't stop you. I'm at your mercy. Sketching, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. All right, guys. Let me switch over to Antichamber. Antichamber. We might actually finish it today. Maybe, possibly. The likelihood of we're gonna finish it maybe is possibly high. Depends on how many puzzles we get stuck on. Jason Quiver, god damn it! Stop messing with my ears! You give me an ear infection. Ah! Loud! Alright, we're back. Oh, that's right, I want the left side, because my gun's on the right side. We are back. So this was the last puzzle that we left off on. Remember, it was like this one... Oh, wait, what? What? Well, that was new. Now! We haven't made it past this part yet. You get some sleep. Bye, Rodman. Take care. What if I do like this? That doesn't really help me, now, does it? Idea. Ooh, I got an idea. No, no, right, I have an idea. It's okay, I got it. No, 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 no. No, damn it. Ah! No, no, no! I think that's the right idea, though. I gotta assume that this is the right way to do it. I don't know how else I would do this. I just have to get it in a spot that I can actually, like, jump. I don't hit that and destroy the blocks. No, damn it! I'm assuming this is it. I'm assuming this is the way I need to do this, because I really can't think of any other way. Might also be able to put a giant platform under the whole curve. That is a good point. Also, try to refrain from too many tips if you can. Thank you. Just so I can try to... I'll let you guys know if I feel like I need tips or not, if I can't figure it out. Hey, come on! No! Okay, now I have some extras. Yes! Yes! Suck it! Screw you! Scare problems may require unusual solutions. Mr. Me, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. What? Wolfer, take care! With more experience, previous challenges aren't so difficult. Oh, I can just do this. Dipra, hey! Dippa, hey! Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody do the flap. Everybody do the flap. Everybody do that. Everybody do that. Everybody do the flap. When you look beyond the surface, there may be more to find. You suck the path dry. Oh my god, what in the hell is all this? Now! Oh! Oh no! I can't do that. Okay, can I send this through there? Oh, I can. Okay. Okay. Kodai, I hope you're having a really nice day sitting there. Oh, thanks, Kodai. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day too. I'm happy because I get to play games with you guys. We're gonna beat this game. Maybe. Possibly. We should. Maybe. It's possible. What the hell? What? What? No! The more we complete, the harder it gets to find what we miss. What? What? No, 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 what the hell? No, god damn it. Damn it! What's worse, a hungry werewolf or an angry collie? Hungry werewolf, maybe? No, I don't let Tux get hungry. I just make sure I always keep him well fed. I like feeding him, it's fun. Plus I know he appreciates it, so. Dakota Dragon, hey! Unlock the floppy emote. You got the floppy emote. Yes, guys, spam the flops. Spam the flops so Dakota can go to bed happy. Okay, so I need to bring it in here. Yes, the flops. Yes. Yes. Solving a problem may require approaching it from a different angle. Thanks. We get a Cinder Buddy emote? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. It was not really something I wanted. Have we gone there yet? Huh. I don't even know if I need to be in this area still. A different angle. Why would we have to come from a different angle? Guys, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Anybody got any ideas? The only thing I can think of is this puts me back out. This puts me back out here. Now that's back. Oh, the arrows are telling me to go this way. Taking one path often means missing out on another. Oh. How we perceive a problem changes every time we see it. I don't know. Let me go back. That put me like... Where was I where I saw the arrow? Just saw the arrow. Need to follow the arrows. Guys, I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Yes, get coffee with the loaf. Everybody loaf. If you got a loaf emote, use it. Okay, so we went this way, and then the arrows tell us to go that way, so we do. Damn it, why can't I figure out this first puzzle again? Apparently the large squares on the map are unfinished rooms. Really?
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Is it E-Rate? Irrity? Irrity coming in with a party of 9, dude! Thanks for the raid! Thanks for sharing your community with mine and thank you for blasting my ears full of wonderful NWK. Welcome in, guys! We're playing, Antichamber, and it's kind of kicking our butts. Neuro Silver, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Raid from a stone's throw away. Well, hopefully you're not hitting me with that stone. I'd rather be stoned than get hit by a stone. You know what I'm talking about. Dolphin Wolfie, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in, guys. So if I go through here, now it switches. You said the big squares were unfinished rooms. That room's unfinished. That room's unfinished. That one is. Ah, that sucks to know that now. Oh my god. Okay. Wait. 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 Guys? I have an idea. I know we did this, but now I can do this. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to do that, and that there. Wait, I don't understand. How do I make... Oh, wait. Duh. Oh, it didn't work. Huh. Guys, I have no idea. Unless, does this connect? It does not. Okay. We figured everything else out up to this point. We can separate those two. I don't do that. Do we need more? Oh, well now that's stuck. I can move it. Oh, well. No, I just lost a cube! Let's try that again from a different side. You're just a stone, and I'm just a dog. What if we do this? Oh, okay, so that's how I open up this wall. And that probably leads me into that other room. Okay. Which is better, cat or dog? Please. Really? Really? What do you think? What do you think? Dog, obviously. Duh. Okay, now I can connect. Now I can run between the two. Sweet. But now I need to figure out this puzzle. I'm assuming it has something to do with like breaking these and separating them. Otherwise, why would it do that automatically? Huh. Guys, what do you think? Any ideas? I can't add cubes in there. I can't expand it. Which annoys me because I wish I could. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes, but there's 6. There's 6 triggers, so I need to get an extra cube somehow. How in the hell am I going to get an extra cube in here? If I do this, I can regenerate cubes, separate them, but I can't make more. That'll open up that door. I don't think I can pull these out either. I'm not. I'm not on the pulling end of the leash usually. I mean, I'm not either. I'm usually the one getting pulled. Not pulling so tough. I'll just teach me the commands. I'll stay. I promise. Stop pulling. Shugaka, you here? Shugaka, I know you've beaten this game. How the hell? Maybe you need to put the cubes where there isn't any black lines. There's 5 blanks. Maybe. Okay. You're right. Waffle, you're right. Holy crap, I never would have figured that out. Now I need to actually execute. So now I know what we need to do, now we just gotta do it. I need to separate these somehow, but I can't do that. Oh, that's not what I want. That there. Just do it! Do it! Just do it! Oh, crap. Okay. Almost. Permission to pet the nurse doggo? Yes! Okay, now you can. Hashtag spam Cinder Pet. Cinder Pet in the chat while I try to figure this out. Oh, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. It didn't work at all. Yes! The pets! Yes! What level is Cinder Pet? It's better Twitch TV. Need better Twitch TV for that. Well, damn! That doesn't work. Doesn't work. And I can't move those. But how do I split these last two? Oh my god, LinkedIn, I haven't even used you in forever. Why are you sending me email? Nobody actually who actually uses LinkedIn? Like, seriously. Hint time? Hold on. So the hint was, now I know how to do it, I just need to actually do it. I'll ask you this, Shugaka, am I kind of on the right track in terms of my movements? Like, I've been able to, I can separate these two. I've separated that one. I just don't know how to split this. I don't know how to split this. Wait a minute, hold on. I killed both. The way I'm doing is not the solution. Oh, man. Ah! Okay, sure. Go ahead. Okay. Ah, got it. Okay, understand. We're gonna say that's like half Shugaka, half me. We're gonna count that as we both did it. Whoa. Is this what the game originally looked like? No. Is that it? Did we beat the game? Is that the end of the game? Shugaka is at the end? No, not the end. Okay. Is this just like an Easter egg? Gives you hints to other puzzles, really. Either I've missed a big portion of the game or we are not there yet, because look at all this. Oh my god. Dakota, take care! Sleep well! Great, now we're back here. That doesn't help us with this puzzle then, does it? Oh my god, I'm so lost. And then the arrows are telling us to go this way. Sound like a crazy person. Well, the arrows are telling me to go this way. I gotta follow the arrows, guys. We gotta follow the arrows. Did I really just do that? Ah! Roster!
Go up the down staircase. Never mind the arrows.
Roster! How about the 100 bits? Oh, go down, go up the down staircase? Hold on. What happens if I lock myself in here? Well, yeah, I'm back in the kettles, guys. No, let me out of the kettle, please. Let me out. Look at, I mean, we're almost done. Look how many more, there can't be that many more puzzles that we haven't finished. Hey! Our cube friend! You have, well, what when you have is not enough, find ways to turn it into more. Without forethought, things have a way of just working themselves out. The further we explore, the more connected everything becomes. A little kind direction can get obstacles out of your way. Been here before. God. Ah. Screwed that up. Think you're further ahead than when I last saw you? Probably. Some things don't have deep for me. I like the pig. Look at the pig. Under construction. Really? Okay, well, at least I cleared that puzzle. Does this game not really have an ending, just a lot of puzzles to solve around? No, I think it's got a definitive end. Paying attention was everything. Captain Snugs, take care, Snuggly Cactus. Always so good to see you. Always happy to see you. Well, this sucks. I didn't beat this one? Running Paw, hey, welcome in! Oh, almost. Okay. Try that again. Oh, so close, so close. Okay, okay, okay. I know what we gotta do though. Are you for reals? Alias Chicken, hey! Welcome in. I hope you're well. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. Hey, Lisa Chicken, hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock, welcome in. No, come on! That's definitely what I need to do. We just gotta get it right. Oh, so close! You're a nurse? Yes, I am. And I work in the emergency department, the ER. Anytime someone comes in with something stupid, that's probably me. Taking care of them. Can I do this? Yes! 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 Another puzzle beat! Yes!
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Dude! Zavono Fox, come in with the raid! Dude, come in with the party of 26! Zavono, thanks for blast my ears for wonderful Andrew WK! And thank you for sharing your community with mine! What are you guys playing? What's up? Welcome in! Guys, spam hypes! Spam Cinder7 hype! Is it just more extra stuff? Color breakdown. You're playing Beat Saber, awesome. Hopefully you don't get DMCA'd because Twitch is being a butt. So this is just extra? Phew. Okay, so none of this really matters. Okay. But at least we did that. We beat that puzzle. Haven't figured. Oh, wait. All we can do is hope all we can do is hope the random crawling doesn't hit anyone useful. Hey! Oh. I made the switch over to royalty free music, and it's been kind of nice. I found, you know, the Anjuna Beats plus Twitch thing that I use is actually pretty fantastic. No, Bruster gifting out a tier on something. Bailey is a chicken. Bailey is a chicken. You're covered under collar care. From the rooster, from the beak to the tail. I got you covered. Dude, Broster, thanks for the gifted sub. That was super nice. I only have 1 cube. I need more cubes. Okay, now I know how to do that one. YouTube banana cube, dude! Hannah Mow, what's up? Meow meow! Meow meow! Meow 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 meow! 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 Meow meow! Meow meow! I don't understand. So it wants me... Oh. Need to get in there somehow. Up here. Oh, this just says walk. Been here before. Even though I'm a furry, why do furries not like being called cute? I don't mind it. You can call me whatever the hell you want. Yeah, we've done that. We've done that puzzle already. You floppy dog? Ah! That's Cinder! Yes! Okay, so I am going the right way. I know I gotta go up there, but the problem is I don't have enough resources. All I need is 2. I need 1 extra cube. I need 1 extra cube. Guys, I'm actually like the smartest dog in the world. Yes! Some choices are useful when we make them early. So was that just an extra puzzle? Did I not actually need to beat that? What? God damn it, I put so much energy into that. I did all 3 ways to get to the yellow gun. That's all that was? Just different ways to get to the same spot? God damn it! Connecting the pieces. How have I not beaten this one yet? Huh? Alright, we haven't beaten Now You See It. And I many different angles is gonna be crazy. Over the edge. Oh.
Shotspot!
Yeah, thanks for the host. The world is always finding ways to surprise us. No! Be right back and do a few things. Okay, I'll be here. Is this a better version of Portal? No. Well, maybe. It's a different version of Portal, kind of. It's its own game, and it's its own craziness. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this game. It has made me... It is... Probably the hard... I might actually say this is the hardest puzzle game I've ever played. I think that would be a fair assessment. Game looks like something from Minecraft. Games without challenge are pointless. Agreed. Trust me, I love a good challenging puzzle game. Citrus Jackadile, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Bobby Flock. Welcome in. No, stop! Stop, 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 stop. Okay, okay. No, damn it, that's not what I want! coffee sound like? Ah! Okay, so I think I know what needs to be done here. Huh. Fugaka, do I have to make a cube? Am I kind of doing the right thing? I'm assuming I gotta make a cube and then it'll fill in. Can I help you, Tux? Tux is home, hold on. Can I help you? You have coffee? You have coffee? Oh, wait, what? Okay, okay, it's fine. It's okay, it's okay. Wow. So now I'm thinking I can come in here like this. I don't really know how to control that, the expansion, right? I don't really know how to control that. The other option is try to manually move them within. Try expanding the short side first? Maybe. Dude, pick this 51! Pick this 51 coming out with the 3 months, the tier 1 stuff for 3 freaking months! Dude, pick this, you're covered on color care from the flops to the beans. I got you covered. Thanks for the 3 months, enjoy your rare sheep. Okay, so I made a cube. I wonder if I like, I know that does that. It does make a cube. Did I not make a cube? Is that not a cube? Ah! Cover! Okay. What'd you get? What'd you get me? And you got me a donut? What? Oh my god. Thanks, Tux! Dude, Tux got me coffee and part of a donut. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. And a freaking donut? Hell yes! Dude, okay, that's a cube, right? I did that right. Yeah, I mean... Ah! There's a blueberry donut, two of my favorite. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Maybe the bottom wasn't filled in all the way. Yep, there we go. And then... Come on, line up! Did it crash? Oh, I think I crashed the game. Oh. Well, I figured out the puzzle, and it crashed the game.
Hey Cinder, hope your week has been great and that you're staying safe. 3.
Dude, Mike T coming up with a tier 1 sub for 8 freaking months. Mike, I see that founder's badge. I know. I remember. Mike T, enjoy your founder badge. Thank you for the 8 months, dude. Sorry, the game crashed and I had a mouthful of donut. Mike T, I got you covered on the collie care from the flowers to the beans. I got you covered. Dude, seriously, Mike T, you were here when I streamed. The Witness, the first puzzle game I played on stream. Do you remember that, Mike? Do you remember watching that? Unlike a bridge puzzle, I got stuck on a lot of puzzles with that game. We should, I might revisit that game actually, but I never did beat it. The river bridge, it might have been. I don't know, I need to go back and, I should go back and play The Witness, now that I've been streaming a little bit more often. We should go back and play The Witness. That game is really, really fun. And it's gorgeous, too. What does insulin do? I learned about it, never really understood it. Insulin is the key that unlocks the door to let sugar into your cells. The best way to describe it. It's what my body is being a bitch and not making. That's a fair way to think about it, I guess. Alright, I gotta figure out how do I get... Oh, duh. Okay. Alright. Almost. Is it gonna crash again? Oh, I had it. No, damn it, I had it! No, I screwed it all up! Got it. Yes! Dude, Trevor! Trevor, what's up? Tremor! Peeking behind the curtains, let's just see how everything works. Whoa. Okay, this is pretty neat. Okay, so this is just more extra stuff then? Seems to be. Yeah, it's dead end. Okay. Alright, where do I need to be? Where do I need to be? You meditate to the soundtrack and the ambience along with it. Great, yeah, it's this game is awesome. I've been thoroughly impressed with it. Okay, so there's the end. Guys, we're almost done. Look at, we have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more signs. We're gonna beat it today. Beating it today. Haven't finished Now You See It. Haven't finished connecting the pieces. Dude, this one. Yugaka, I need help with this. I have no idea. Gotten to here. I've done this. Look at the blue circle. Tell me, is this like a teleporter? Oh, what? Oh, I didn't know I could go in. What? Sometimes we do things just to go along for the ride. What in the hell just happened? Okay, so this isn't like the teleporter, though. Remind me of the Labyrinth room in IMVU. Isn't that the thing? Aren't they the ones who bought for Affinity? Oh! They changed things when you look at them. What? Oh, this is, holy crap, this is this thing. Oh my god, what? Remember that? What is it? I don't even know how to read this. Okay, so you go in through here. So I remember going in through there, right? I don't understand. So if I exit out this way, where do I enter? Here? Okay, I see. So these... Notes? What is there to take notes of? I don't even know what I'm taking notes of. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I mean, I know what I'm looking at. I know what part of the map this is, but like... What do the arrows mean? Is that where I need to go? Hold on. Does the arrow must be where it repeats. Okay. Arrow is where it repeats, I would assume. I'll take a screen. I'm trying to figure this out real quick. But what's the end goal? So the end goal is to get to this area, but I've been there before. Okay, so right, left, right, left. I don't know what my goal is though. Where am I trying to get to though? 'Cause I've gotten here before. Dude, what? My king.
Money. Loads of dosh. Money.
Just for being you.
Dude, Mike T, come out with the $5 dono. Dude, Mike T, what the hell? Thank you. Holy crap. Appreciate it. Loads of money. Mike T, that was super nice. Thank you. Oh. I think this is another behind the scenes peek. No, because Shugaka says I need to remember this, and this is important. Because I've done that. I've gotten to this part before. What I need to know is how do I, like, what am I reading here? How do I read this? Okay, hold on. These little bars. These bars matter. These bars matter. These bars definitely matter. These little black things here, these matter. Okay. That one's got 2 at the end. That one's got 2 at the end. What? Ninja Saw, hey! Welcome in! What? Oh, oops. That was, where was that? That area. There it is. Hidden secrets. On the rabbit hole. I have to do this part again? I want to try this again. So, when you look at that, what? Oh, that's so cool! Oh, I screwed it up. Bailey, try not to share links in the chat if you don't mind. Alright, we're back. Guys, I have no idea. I have to assume that these lines have something to do with it. The problem is I don't know what my end goal is. I don't know where I need to go, right? Where in this maze of stuff do I need to go? If I had an endpoint, I could figure this out. And I've done this before. Wait a second.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Dude! And Chico EXE coming in with a rate of 5. Dude, welcome in. Thanks for sharing your community with mine, and thanks for blasting my ears full of wonderful NWK. Thank you. Welcome in, guys. What are you playing? You've reached the part where it loops around in a circle bunch? Yeah, I've done this part already. I've done that. Yeah, like I've done this. See? I've done it. And you just run around in a circle here. Hey, Rat, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in. Die Doctor, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock. Welcome in, guys. Then this just puts me right here. Just go to another puzzle? Okay. Well, what puzzles do I have left? Laying the foundation. I haven't figured this one out. I don't know what do I need to do here. Getting the end requires tying off loose ends. Unless this is a puzzle in and of itself. 6. Did I not beat this one? I've done that. What is this? This is called Antichamber. Puzzle game. Really fun one. Best solution might still be the most primitive one. Also, I'm an air traffic controller. Nice! I actually almost looked into doing that as a kid. Oh, and I've done this before. I don't understand. Oh. Ah! Okay, well that's just another way to get there. Still missing 5. What is this? It's a game called Antichamber. No, no, no! What in the hell? What? Oh, it's been on just chatting. Oh well, it's a little late now. It's called Antichamber. But it's okay, because I might be ending stream here in a second. Alright guys, we're gonna have to come back to this game one more day. But I am gonna end it there. Guys, I'm hungry. And me and Tuck's gotta figure out what we're doing for dinner. Alright, let's find out who we're gonna raid, and then we're gonna come back to this game next time, and hopefully beat it. So close. I know, we're close. We're close. But I gotta eat. I'm hungry. I'm hungry! Max hungry! Casma the Dutch Angel Dragon, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Floppy Flock, welcome in. We're finishing this next stream. Yes, we totally are. We made good headway today. Guys, we're gonna go raid Tangerine Boost because Tangerine thinks I don't like, thinks I don't like him, but I definitely do. Guys, we're gonna go raid Tangerine. Raid message will be, we'll say, give me that citrus. There's our raid message, guys. Hey, dude, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow, probably. That's the plan, at least. Let's hit up the discharge desk. Make sure you guys have your insurance cards ready. Co-payments due at time of treatment. Coverage is limited. If you're not happy with your treatment, that's too damn bad. Ugh. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the raids. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the follows. You guys are freaking awesome. Guys, we're going to finish this game next time. I promise. I promise. I promise. Let's go show Tango some love. Tangerine's awesome. Plus, they're like citrus incarnate. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.